Good afternoon, YouTube gang. It's MLB DFS coming to you live and direct. Here to give you my favorite 5 plays for today's 11-game main slate. Today is July 22nd, Monday, y'all. Hope everybody's having an amazing Monday. Be productive for the start of the week. If you like the video, feel free to smash that like. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome to MLB DFS. Press the bell icon if you want to stay notified just for future videos or just to support your boy. Appreciate all the love, y'all. Let's get into it. Going for our pitcher. We got a couple pitchers, man, because DraftKings are so expensive with the pitchers, so we definitely want to look at some mid-tier and also with some saving pitchers, y'all. So I'm going to go with my first pitcher for today. Definitely like Mike Clevenger, 10,200 on FanDuel. Be looking about over what? I think about what? 12,100 on DraftKings. Just ridiculous, but still love him in the spot going against Toronto. All right, he has a 39.4 projection play, averaging around a 3.5 ERA. Going against the Blue Jays, pretty much average, but he has a 40 fantasy point game last game against them. He's been on a roll lately in the past 3 games with a high of 61 fantasy points on FanDuel, but love this play for him today. As you can see, he had 2 hits out of 21 at bats, so it's a small sample size of 0.095 batting average against them, but going mostly righties, so that's his best pitch. So I like him in this spot for today on FanDuel, 10,200. Now another guy you could definitely take a look at. Definitely want to look at Sonny Gray. He's 8,600. But man, looking about 9,700 on DraftKings, but he's been on the roll lately, and I like this play. 78 at bats, he had 19 hits, so the 244 batting average against the Brewers. He's going against 3 lefties, 5 righties, 1 switch hit, and he's an average great pitcher in my opinion. He had been on the roll in the past 2 games against the Brewers. He had a crazy 70 fantasy point game last game, 19, but he had a 55. So as you can see, he has much upside in this play against them. So as you can see, he had a 40, 49, and 70 in the past 5 games. So definitely want to take a look at him at this play, at this price tag on FanDuel and DraftKings. It's still a great price for him today. Now another guy you could definitely take a look at, CC Sabathia, going against Minnesota. He has a great history against them at 117 at bats, 30 hits against them with a 256 batting average against them. So he's another good pitcher you could look at a cheap spot at 7,800, and you're looking at about 8,600 on DraftKings. So it's a great price. He's averaging around a 4.0 ERA. He's looking at a 26.6 projection play, but as you can see in the past few games against them, he's been good. He had a 40 and a 37 in the past 2 games against Minnesota, and he's been doing well in the past 4 games. After that crazy whopping 8 fantasy point game, he had a 31 in 2 games, 49 and a 46. So hopefully keep this streak going at this play, y'all. So that's my guy, so those are my pitchers and that I'm looking at to give you some good savings, to load some great bats tonight. A lot of people I might get some exposure to even Ivan Nova. Now he's been on a horrible run lately, but going against Miami, he had 5 hits out of 30 at bats. So this is a guy that probably not people are going to look at due to his slump lately, but he has a great history against Miami. As you can see, check it out: 55, 48, 40, 58 in the past 4 games against Miami. So he had a high of 35, 31 in the past 5 games, but you can look at Ivan Nova. Even though he's been on the slump, it's a great contrarian GPP play only if you want to look at him at a cheap spot at 6,500 on FanDuel. And looking at, let's go to DraftKings, he's looking about 4,800, which is a steal if you want to go that route. So you still got good pitchers you can look at. So that's another guy you can look at with Ivan Nova. Now let's go to our catcher and first baseman position. Now going to catcher, I like Gary Sanchez here. I like the Yankees stack in this play against Minnesota. He's 2 for 2 going against Martin Perez, 849 OPS against righties, and his best hits is against left-hand bats. So love this play. He's a 2-for-2. He's perfect against him in a small sample size, but you look at that 11.5 over and under play, so you know they're gonna get some good looks. And Gary Sanchez is one of those guys he could crush at any moment. As you can see in the past 5, he had a 6, 25, 44, and a 31 in the past 5 games against Minnesota. So it's a great look for him tonight. So I like him in the spot at catcher. Now another guy I could take a look at first baseman. You know, Baltimore's been real hot, even with Trey Mancini. He's been real hot. So going against Arizona, he's only 1 for 2 going against Robbie Ray, but he had a home run in the 2 play appearances. So a guy that's been on a roll lately, and why stop now? You know, he had a crazy 41 fantasy point game last game. He had a 19 fantasy point game before that. So he's been on a roll. You can look at him at a cheap spot still at 3,500 on FanDuel, looking about 4,100 on DraftKings, a 9.7 projection play, but he's been on the roll. 14% advantage play for him today. Another guy I could definitely look at on first baseman is Paul Goldschmidt. I like also the St. Louis Cardinals stack today. He's 5'4", going against Pittsburgh with Trevor Williams. 5'4", 455 batting average, 11.7 projection play for him today. And he's been well. He's still too cheap at 3,300, and he's looking about 41 on DraftKings. This guy's been on the roll, so I like this play for him. As you can see against Pittsburgh, he crushes Pittsburgh. 29, 25, 25, and 12 in the past 4 games against them. Now those games were at Pittsburgh, so hopefully he can get some good looks at home in this play today with Paul Goldschmidt. All right, now let's go to our second baseman for today. Now second baseman, all right, we even go back to the stack again. Kolten Wong, 5'11". All right, great spot. He's still too cheap at 2,500, and you're looking at 3,500 on DraftKings. It's a 9.6 projection play for him today against Trevor Williams. He has a 455 batting average as well. So as you can see, he does great against Trevor Williams. He's been on the slump. But he had a 13-12 in the past 2 games, and with a guy with this price tag at 2,500 to get over 10 fantasy points is what you need, and he can crush more. You know, hopefully he can do damage. There's only a 9 over and under play today for them today, but nonetheless, it's a cheap spot to still get some good fantasy points in that guy today. Another guy you can look into, you can look at the Houston stack with Jose Altuve. You know, 4-for-11 going against Oakland with Homer Bailey. 364 batting average. All right, and Homer is mediocre against lefties and righties, and even Altuve's, he crushes lefties, but he's still great at righties as well. So you look at Jose Altuve in this play today, he's been crushing it lately. He had 22 in the past 2 games, with a 25 as well, and you know, he's been doing well. So I like him in the spots, knowing that he's been in a hot streak lately. Houston stack is still one of those guys you can definitely look at. So you can look at Alvarez, you can look at Brantley. So those are good plays with Houston today. All right, let's go to our third baseman position. All right, third baseman, I like the Yankees. Like I said, LeMahieu is in a good spot, even though it's 1 for 2. You know, he's in a great position against Perez as he crushes lefties, and Perez's worst pitch is against switch hitters and righties. So he's in a good spot, even though it's 1 for 2, 500 batting average. He's still in a great spot, but he's 4,800 on DraftKings. Like I said, it's one of the top stacks to look at with the Yankee stack, and DJ's one of those guys that can give you over the hump. He's been balling recently with 19, 18, 19, 6, 19 in the past 5 games recently. So you can do work here in this play today. A 10.5, a 10.9 projection play for him today. All right, if you want to go for some savings, let's go with some savings. Yuli Gurriel, 3,900. Like I said, Houston stack is what we're looking at. So 3,900, looking at 4,600 on DraftKings. It's a 1% advantage play against Homer, but Yuli's been balling. You know, he had a homer in last game. I think it was 2 games ago with 26 fantasy points. He had 19-10 in the past 4 games. He's been doing well recently, and he crushes Oakland. He had 22 last game against Oakland. He had a 9-6, 19, 22 in the past 5 games against Oakland. So this guy hasn't been on the roll. Why not take a look at him in this play with the Houston stack, Yuli Gurriel. All right, let's go to our last play at outfielder, because a lot of great hits at outfielder today, but you definitely want to get some good plays. I like Adam Jones. He's too cheap to ignore here. He's a 33% advantage play against Baltimore with Aaron Brooks. Aaron Brooks gets annihilated in both lefties, and he's worst pitch against righties. So he's in a horrible spot today, and I feel like, Arizona's one of those teams that will be slept on in GPP. They might be a low-owned GPP here, but Aaron Brooks is horrible, y'all. So Adam Jones in a good spot, 33% advantage play. He had 318, but he had a 28 fantasy point game in the past 5 games. He has no history with Baltimore, but I just love the spot at a 3,000 price tag on FanDuel. You're looking at 4,100 on DraftKings, but Adam Jones in a great spot. Let's go for some ore savings. Like I said, we was talking about Jordan Alvarez, he's in a good spot. Michael Brantley's in a great spot, 3,900, 45 on DraftKings, 4 for 15 with a home run against Bailey as well in the history with them as he crushes right-hand pitchers. And Homer Bailey, like I said, is gonna have a hard time with these lefties and righties against Houston today. So Brantley's in a smashing spot today as he came out of 47 fantasy point game last game, 19 and a 28 in the past 5 games recently. So love him in this spot today. And as you want access to the rest of my player pool, y'all, all you have to do is click on the link in my description to sign up for the draft dashboard tools that I'm using. It's only $1 for 30 days. You can do a lot for $1, y'all, so why not cash? All right, you have access to, once you click on the menu bar, you have access to your MLB cheat sheet. It gives you the best plays of the slate down to even the home runs, the prediction of home runs, y'all. So definitely take a look at that. It saves you research time with the sleepers and studs as well. Click on your watch players. That's your custom player pool, and you'll see my plays up top. Click watch MLB DFS picks plays for DraftKings or FanDuels for your liking, y'all. So I love y'all, man. Y'all collect that bag for today. If you have any questions, also just comment below if you have any questions. Click on what Melorama in my Twitter. All right, so love y'all. Y'all collect that bag. It's MLB DFS. Y'all stay blessed. Have a great week, and I'll see y'all in the next video.